Welcome back. Today is Monday, September 17th. Hockey is back. We discuss the latest changes with the Detroit Red Wings, the possibility of captain returning to the organization. Muse is a big golf announcement. Matt did some handiwork around the house. We talk some football, discuss some barrels, beer, coffee, and sports. Let's go.
This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski. Welcome back. Hit the play button again. Matt and Muse Show. Here we are. This is episode 12. Barrels, beer, coffee, and sports. Huge schedule of stuff to get through. Lots of big things happening.
Huge schedule.
I didn't want to say list. I always say list. I don't like list. So
come on, turn your phone on silent.
I'm trying.
This is your first time?
I'm trying. It is. So
lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's only been a week. Well, me, in my personal life, I installed a brand new patio door this weekend. Didn't even swear that much.
Yeah. Did you drink a lot?
I didn't drink that much. It was hot. I couldn't. But it's in, and Shayna likes it, and Hank likes it.
Well, your job's done.
Yeah. Everybody's happy. I even painted outside.
Nice.
And then this upcoming weekend, I'm going to scenic Rogers City, Michigan for a wedding. Can't wait. Probably hit Austin Brothers on the way up there.
That'd be sweet.
Grab a little grub, grab a couple beers.
If they have, I don't know how often they rotate their menu, but there's a Polish platter up there.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's sausage or kielbasa, pierogi, and sauerkraut on a plate about that big. Big as my head.
It's a big plate.
Dude, it just fills you right up.
So
it's awesome.
I don't know if that's the food I want to eat before I'm confined in a hotel room with my wife and my baby for the next 2 days, but
maybe you'd end up having to get your own hotel room. So
very true. What about you? You just came back from a trip.
Yeah. Yep. Me and Chris Hickory, something like that. We ended up going.
You spent 14 hours with the guy, and you don't know how to say his name?
It was almost a day. No, I know his name is hard. Anyways, we went out to Denver. I left my house at 5 a.m. on Thursday morning. Flew out of Detroit. Flew into Denver, 10 o'clock local time. Ended up hitting up the Oscar Blues boys, New Belgium for a conference party. Was back at the airport 4 a.m. local time. Back in Detroit 11 a.m. Friday.
Why didn't you come to the meeting?
That was Detroit. It's still a couple hours away, homie.
Our meeting went till like 3.
Yeah, that's nice. Then this weekend, Mel ended up going to a concert, Bruno Mars in Detroit. So me and J-Mo spent the weekend together. It was awesome. Touch a truck, bonfire, man stuff with an 18-month-old. It was fun. It was good. It was good. He had a ball. It was fun.
He's a year and a half.
Actually, it's a year and 8 months.
I'll take that.
Okay, sounds good. And this beautiful chair behind you, we just decided last night we're going to sell it. If anyone wants it, there's a Lazy Boy behind Matt. It's very comfortable. It's passed down to me from my grandfather, and it's time. I put it for sale last night, and I literally did cry. Ask Mel. She was making fun of me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You got to do what you got to do. All right. We had our best response to question of the podcast.
Thanks, everybody. Good job.
Yeah. We asked 2 questions. So news coming out of Hockeytown was Zetterberg announcing his retirement. So we asked you the first question, who should replace Zetterberg as captain of the Wings? And number 2, who are your top 5 Red Wings since 1983? I picked 83 because of Steve Yzerman's captaincy year, and that's kind of the first year of our era growing up of Red Wings. I know it's before our time, but that's kind of when our players and our listeners really watched it the most. So we asked you guys, we'll start first, who should be captain. Basically got 2 responses. Cronwall or Larkin? Who do you think?
Oh, Cronwall all day. The guy's he's a born leader, absolutely a born leader, and he's feared, but he respects his teammates.
I get that. If I would not be upset if they did name him captain. My only batten against that or whatever argument is he's old and he's probably only playing this 1 year.
Give him the C. Give him the C for a year.
He might only play 20 games. He's literally skating on one leg. So when I was looking at that's why I picked Larkin. Start the new era off. Get rid of the old guys. Let them play their last couple years if they want to. But at this point, move on with them. But if they name Cromwell, like I said, I'm not going to be upset or anything. I get it. But yeah. So anyways, second part of the question was top 5 Red Wings. Looking at this, of all our responses, the top 3 were always the same. Yzerman was always number 1. Then it was either Lidstrom or Fedorov, 2 and 3. Then we got some Pavel, Datsuk, Zetterberg, Probert, Shanahan, a couple other guys rounding out that top 5. So
this was tough for me.
I looked at the answers and I was like, yeah, those are the top 3. I put them in the order I wanted to, and then I just started writing names down.
Yeah.
So
and then you just cross off. No, I don't like him in that one game.
So, do you have like a honorable mention? No?
So the 5 that I thought of earlier, 3 of them I still agree with, and I came up with 2 other ones I liked instead. So obviously, Yzerman.
Yep.
Fedorov, Lidstrom.
Yep. I put Lidstrom then Fedorov just because of Lidstrom's time compared to Fedorov's and the way he left. That's the only reason I put him as 3. But.
So I almost had Datsuk on here. Really liked him.
Yep.
But he left with a contract year still to play.
Yep.
That kind of ticked me off. But when he did leave, I agree with what he said, and we talked about that in our last blog post.
Mm-hmm.
But my other 2 on here are Ozzy and Darren McCarty. McCarty was a scrapper.
Yeah.
I liked watching that. I almost had Probert on here for the same reason.
Right.
But without Ozzy, we wouldn't have as many cups. And he's just a squirrely little son of a gun in the net. But he made unbelievably amazing saves.
So I went Yzerman, Lidstrom, Fedorov, and then I narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. So if you want to know my top 14, here's the 11. The Russian 5. There's 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shanahan, Chelios, Ozzy, Draper, Datsuk, and Zetterberg. I really wanted to put Draper on there because he is such a great Red Wing, and he embodied what the team meant.
I forgot about Shanahan.
And Shanahan too. Yeah. Chelios, going through the list because I was just looking at him like, well, this guy's on it, this guy's on it, this guy's on it. At the end of the day, I put Zetterberg at 4 with the skill, his captaincy, his cups, and I just put Datsuk at 5. I understand that he left. I'm not happy about it, but he was a sniper and the reason we won a couple cups. So
we were fortunate as Red Wings fans.
For sure.
The last blog post I did explains how tough it is to be a Detroit sports fan. And in the recent couple of years, it's been a huge downfall by the Wings. But for 15, almost 20 years, we had
97 to 08 was Cups, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a couple years before, a couple years after, we still competed.
Yep. And we always made it in the playoffs, and it was great to see. Mm-hmm. But Datsuk said it best when he left. He said the Wings are so concerned about getting in the playoffs and not concerned about winning the cup. And, he said it best. That's what we were all worried about. And missing the playoffs, it's helped us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to do our hockey segment right now. Looking at the Red Wings and what they are now, it's helping to miss the playoffs. We're getting obviously better draft picks. I think it's time now for us to move on and get to that next generation, the next what's the word I'm looking for here?
I don't know.
Anyway, the next group of guys to win for a long time. I just had a total mind fart.
Dynasty?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
That. Thanks. I thought I wrote it down too, but I did not. But yeah, so I kind of figured looking at it, they're probably 3 to 5 years away from competing for a Stanley Cup and maybe 1 to 2 for a playoff.
Oh, at least.
So
It all depends on how this season goes.
yeah, and how their draft picks do pan out. They had a great draft this year, but until they're on the ice, you can't really judge it.
Exactly.
So
They just started their I guess training camp.
yep,
Up
first
in
game's
Traverse
Wednesday.
City, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that where they
yep.
do it? Up in Traverse City, just started that. Just had their red-white game. The red team was all the veteran players, and white was all the new guys. And white cleaned house over the veterans.
Did they?
Yeah, so that's good to see.
That is good.
I mean, granted, it wasn't a 100% game, but seeing the young guys step up and do something, that's good to see.
Nice.
But it is the same old Wings. Hockey Town, Detroit's always going to be Hockey Town,
Oh yeah.
but they got rid of the logo.
What do you? They got rid of the logo at center ice. They then put out a new logo. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like it.
No,
No, I like the old logo.
I like the old logo too, but I get what they're trying to portray with the new logo. Hey, we're not trying to be stuck in the past. We're not trying to just get in the playoffs. We're still a hockey town, but we're a new dynasty, a new era moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
So-
sense.
But
I'm a sucker for the
I
past.
did, yeah. The black hockey town with the wing on it was sweet. In talking about moving forward, there's a certain player, by now everyone knows Steve Yzerman, has stepped down as GM of the Lightning
Yes.
because he wanted to move back home.
He still has his wife still lives in Detroit with 2 daughters, I think, in college.
Yep.
He is, I think, for this season, just a special
Yep.
advisor
Mm-hmm.
to the Tampa Bay. And there's a lot of talks that he's going to come back to Detroit.
He was very smart when asked about it. He was just kind of like, hey, it's not my place. I'm still with the Lightning. And he's still under contract, and Kenny Holland's still under contract. So does the timing kind of work out? Yeah, he stays home on an advisory role for a year, take a year off completely at home, steps in, or takes an advisory role, then steps in or something. It's wishful thinking, knowing how he handles himself as a professional. I doubt we'll know anything for 2 years.
Very true.
So
Very true.
it's hopeful thinking, but I'm not waiting for breaking news on this anytime soon.
I hope he comes back.
Oh, for sure.
I love me some Stevie Y.
For sure.
But still moving forward, no more Zetterberg.
Nope.
What do you think? Should we have a captain?
I was reading some articles about that, and I feel like we should. Detroit always has. I'd understand this season if they didn't, but I wouldn't want it to be a permanent thing of not having one.
I'm okay not have one, at least for a while. I mean, Larkin's still young, and he's, for whatever reason, the forerunner in everybody's mind.
Yeah, and the last thing with him is everyone has this expectation he's going to be Yzerman. Do we really want to put that much pressure on him when he's in his early 20s already?
No.
Like,
Let him become his own player
Right.
before he put the pressure of the sea on his chest. Like I said, he's young. He's gained a lot of experience in the couple seasons he's been with us, but he's got a long way to go before I think he can take on that responsibility.
right.
What would be really cool, though, is if we do get Steve back and he steps into whatever he does with the Wings and sort of grooms Larkin to be the next him. Oh, man.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
He's got goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
But yeah, I'm excited hockey's back.
Me too.
I love hockey. I was always the kind of black sheep in my family because nobody else in my family really watched hockey. And I did. And it took me forever to understand how it worked because
Right.
nobody explained it to me.
Right. Yeah, I've been watching hockey as long as I can remember. I've been watching sports basically as long as I can remember. And I remember the 96 Eastern or Western Conference Finals when they lost to the Avalanche.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah. I mean, I was reading. Have you read The Russian Five yet?
No. Usually when I read, I fall asleep. But it's on my to-do list.
This book will not put you asleep. It's very intense. It's very interesting to read how they went about extracting 3 of those guys from Russia. You know, it was a communist society and everything. Mm-hmm. And they go into a lot of detail of, like, meeting Fedorov in the woods in the middle of the night and him being like, next time I come to the United States, just pick me up from the airport and I'm gone. And we'll deal with the rest later. And Illich was just like, here's a suitcase of cash. Make it happen. So, read it, everyone out there. It's called The Russian Five. There's a video or movie on it. It's been in local film festivals. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a great read. Great read.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that book from people other than just you. It's amazing, the talent we had in that era is absolutely amazing.
You'll never see it again because there's a salary cap.
Yeah, exactly. But I also have to throw this out there. My wife, huge Red Wings fan. Her family, big hockey family. Thomas Holmstrom is her Red Wing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows why.
He was on the short list, dude, when I was looking, just because he was the dude. I'll just go stand in the front of the net. You guys just throw pucks at me. I'll tip them in.
Yeah. Like, he was by no means a good player.
He could barely skate.
Yeah. But it was their... So, a few years ago, they had the alumni game against Colorado, I believe.
Yeah.
And they got into a shootout in the alumni game. And Holmstrom, who never did shootouts, was the first one to shoot and scored. And Shayna went nuts. It was an alumni game. Doesn't matter. When Shayna was going crazy in the hotel room.
I remember watching that game and just, like, reliving my dreams. Is like, oh, man. This is my childhood.
Cool. So cool to watch.
This is great.
All right, moving on. We can talk about hockey all day.
Matt News quick hits. Steelers have officially removed Le'Veon Bell from the depth chart.
About time.
Yep.
Le'Veon was trying to make a stand. Steelers didn't do anything about it. It's about time Steelers do something back.
I agree. Yeah, he's just been causing trouble. They're ready to move on. Obviously, they have the offer out there, so if he signs it, cool, he'll come back. Will he play? Probably not. But I'm 99% sure he's on a different team next year.
Oh, yeah, as soon as he comes back, he's getting traded almost immediately.
Yeah, as long as it's before the deadline. But if he's only planning to play 6 games, I think it'd be after the deadline.
Probably.
So, nonetheless, he's done as a Steeler. Antonio Brown.
Your buddy.
My buddy AB. Fire up chips. A critic on Twitter said AB needs to thank his lucky stars because he was drafted by a team that had Ben, and Ben got AB paid. You know darn well he wouldn't put up those numbers for other teams. AB responds, "Trade me and let's find out."
Shots fired.
Yeah, like that.
Steelers have not started the season off well.
No.
And the fact that you're saying Ben's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
No, he's been a good quarterback surrounded by great players.
Yeah, exactly. The reason they've been so good lately is because of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. Sorry, that's the way it is. You saw all those years when they weren't there, and Big Ben just kind of sucked it up. Yeah, he's got 2 Super Bowls, but beyond that, nothing.
Exactly.
Hines Ward, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
I'll let you screw up this name.
I changed it.
Oh.
Josh Gordon.
Matt wrote Josh Brown.
I wrote Josh Brown before. Josh Brown should come back in the league. There's a lot of teams that need kickers right now. But Josh Gordon got traded to the Patriots today. If you haven't seen that yet, then turn on any sort of social media and you'll see it. For a 5th-round draft pick. So not very high. Bill Belichick's going to have him on a short leash. He might be sleeping at Belichick's house so he doesn't go do drugs all night and every night.
Yeah, hurt his hammy in a promo, showed up. They said, nope, we're done. So Josh Gordon went from worst to first, unlike Jamie Collins in 2016, who went from first to worst going to the Browns. So when I was looking this up, I was looking up other trades. The Browns and Patriots have trades probably 3 times a year. I think Belichick still has like a curse over them.
Really?
Yeah, it's like their second or third trade since May.
Huh.
So,
Have to do some digging.
Fitzmagic, yet again.
Oh my God!
Week 1, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 21 for 28 with 4 touchdowns. Week 2, 35 of 48 for 334 yards, 1 touchdown. Not as many touchdowns, but still, he's putting up great numbers. Jameis Winston.
Jameis isn't going to play.
No, until Fitzpatrick screws up for multiple games, Jameis is out of the job.
Ryan Fitzpatrick has more career touchdowns than, I think, 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and he's been a backup quarterback his entire career.
Yep. He goes into places for a year, plays before they get their next quarterback, and that's it.
Yep. And he's going off right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely. He looks like Conor McGregor. You see his press conference?
Yep.
Looks just like Conor
Yep.
McGregor's older alcoholic brother. He's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
For now.
And he's how old? 50?
Something like that. His beard's sweet.
He does have a nice beard.
He'll come back to earth, but for now, I'm living on the Fitzmagic.
In the world of fighting, Mayweather and Pacquiao rematch 2018. Why?
No one is going to buy this fight.
No, except for your Hooters and your Buffalo Wild Wings and your weird uncle.
Yeah. I mean, when was it? 2015 they fought last?
I think so.
And that was the worst $100 ever spent.
You bought it?
No, my friend did.
Oh,
I
as long as you
brought
did.
over some beer, and I was like, he's like, I'm buying it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll bring some beer. I'll come watch it. Because I wanted to watch it. I thought it was going to be good. And it's like, no, that was a complete waste of time. I have a feeling Mayweather's running out of money.
I don't know how. How are you that bad with money? He makes $10 million every time he fought. And
Why? He's in his 40s. Why is he going to go fight Pacquiao? It's something that everyone should be telling him, hey, no one's going to buy this fight. You're not going to make any money. You're not even going to sell at the arena.
no, he probably will, though.
Yeah, probably. Whatever.
Boxing is dead.
You know what's not dead? Coming back to life? 2K has announced the PGA Tour golf game. It is coming back 2019 through 2K Sports. It's pretty much all we know right now. I'm excited.
I'm going to have to get a new system.
I know, that's the only thing. I don't play it enough to buy an Xbox One, but maybe I'll think about it. I still won't buy it, but I'll think about it.
So that's exciting. Urban Meyer, your favorite person to talk about.
I love Urban Meyer.
He's back, unfortunately. Even though he never really left. He was suspended, but still got to coach every single practice. He just couldn't coach at the games.
He was probably on the practice field with the scout team working on the next week while the game was going on. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. If you're going to suspend somebody, suspend them.
Yeah.
But he's back. They got Tulane this week.
Yep. And then Penn State.
And Penn State. Go Nittany Lions.
They're taking the Big Ten this year.
Ohio
They're
State.
winning by an average of like a zillion points.
Oh, is that an estimation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick one. Pretty close.
All right. And I knew you were good at math. That's why you're on this team.
Right? The PGA Tour Championship begins Thursday. Who you got?
I don't even know. Thought I had a guy. And then I realized he's not even playing.
Jordan Spieth did not make the cut.
Honestly, looking at the beginning of the season, I thought Spieth all day.
Yeah.
And he just fell apart.
Oh, yeah. Bad. Very bad. I was thinking Bryson DeChambeau, but I think his run in Magic's going to run out. I'm going to take Tony Finau.
You know, I like him. I like him a lot.
I like it a lot.
His last couple tournaments, he looked really good, very consistent. Dustin Johnson.
I like it. Solid pick.
I think
Can't go
that's what I'm
wrong.
going to go with.
Can't go wrong. Cool. You know what else is cool?
Ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Dun, 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 dun. We don't have rights to that song.
Nope.
This is our stat/fact of the podcast.
Love it.
Sweet.
So this is just something very interesting for everybody to think about here. We are just finishing up week 2 of the NFL season. so far, we have 2 ties in as many weeks.
Woo!
And out of those 4 teams involved in the ties, we're going to talk specifically about the Packers and the Browns. Through the second week of the NFL season, the Packers have a point differential of 1 in their favor and don't have a loss. The Browns have a differential of 3 against them and don't have a win.
So the Packers won their one game
by 1 point.
And the Browns
lost their one game by 3 points. Nice. Kind of interesting. NFL's weird that way.
I hope there's a tie this week. No, I hate ties.
At this point, I want to tie every week just to say, hey, you're screwing this league up. These damn ties, fix it.
Right?
Stupid.
That and more coming up after the break. Beer the Podcast. We drink beer that's thicker than oil. We recap past weekends of college and NFL games and my golf announcement. We'll be back.
Adam's favorite time of the week.
Oh, it is. I love it. Beer the Podcast. And we have, I believe, this is our strongest, darkest, best beer ever. I think. I could be wrong.
Bold statement.
Oscar Blues Barrel Aged Mocha 1050. It looks like oil. It pours like oil.
I hope it tastes like oil.
I hope it doesn't.
A little 10 weight 40 oil.
Ooh, it's good. I like it. That's smooth.
Oh, mama.
Yeah. So, they took their OG 1050 Imperial Stout and they added Mexican coffee beans and liquid cocoa. And this is what they give you.
Okay.
So you know. Now you know. You get a 19.2 can or on draft. You get 12-ounce cans at the brewery.
A monkey could have took a dump in this beer. And if it still tastes that good, I'm game.
9%. I could drink a full can.
It's only 9%?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But the coffee and the chocolate probably kill it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
isn't 1050 10.5%?
I don't know. I don't have that in front of me.
Pretty sure it is.
Probably. That'd be the reason for the name, 1050. But it all makes sense now. Wow.
Mind blown. So, yeah, good job out there in Longmont, Colorado, making this delicious beer for us to drink this evening. And props to you, Jake Stradling, for getting it at Adam's house.
Woohoo! Shout out. My favorite pairing rub ever. You can take that to the bank.
For what it's worth. They will laugh at you and send you on your way.
Exactly. But anyways, golf season is winding down. It's not done yet. We have a long season, and I'm getting worn out. But
that whole 9 holes a week's really killing you, eh?
Hey, I'm a lazy dude. Can't do too much. I'm still recovering from a 36 we did a couple weeks ago. Anyways, so we got our first half championship tonight. Or not tonight. On Thursday. And then if we win that, which will probably come in second because that's our motto.
It's a hell of a motto to have.
We have been in the half championship every time and have yet to win. It's our MO, man. It's what we do. We get to the dance, but we just stand there on the sideline on the wall. So, yeah. That's all I
good
have.
Luck to you, man.
Thanks. Hope it turns out well.
Is that your big news?
That's my big news.
I was expecting more. Come on, give me more.
I have a 780 cap.
Moving on. Week 3, NCAA football. Like most weeks in the beginning of the season,
Yeah, it was
pretty boring.
pretty lame.
Of course, Alabama won. I expected that game to be a lot better. Play Ole Miss, but they beat them 62-7.
Yes, they did.
Clemson played nobody. They played Georgia Southern.
And they dropped in the polls.
Who? Clemson?
Yeah, Georgia went above them.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Ohio State played another ranked team. They played TCU, but beat them pretty handily.
The first half was pretty close.
Oh, it was very close.
TCU actually had the lead.
It was 14-13 at halftime, TCU's favor. Third quarter, though, there was a combined 34 points scored.
Yep.
It was a good game. It really was a good game.
I think games like those, when you see the third quarter and fourth quarter pull-aways, is how you realize like how much, even compared to the Big 12, the SEC and the Big 10 are just bigger, stronger, faster, and more ready.
But big news from the weekend. BYU upset Wisconsin.
Yeah. So I think Wisconsin is out of the playoffs. I think even if they win the Big 10, they're not going to get in. This is a bad loss for them to have. BYU is an okay team, but not what they were looking for.
You can't be a number 6 team and only put up 21 points on BYU and lose.
Exactly.
That's bad.
Exactly.
LSU, I guess you can call an upset, beat Auburn 12-7. That was a good game. Another great game. Auburn just could not put it together in the fourth quarter. LSU could.
LSU's looking good this year, man.
They really are.
If I was Alabama, I'd watch out for them if they got them at the wrong time of year.
But not many other ranked matchups. Oklahoma State and Boise State. That doesn't matter. 44-21, Oklahoma State won. Yippee.
Notre Dame snuck by Vandy 22-17.
I hate Notre Dame. Ooh, I didn't see this final, though. Texas beat USC.
Yeah, the first time in I can't remember how long.
I missed that game.
Matthew McConaughey was on the sideline going, woo!
I wish I was Matthew McConaughey sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes.
I take him all the time.
Then finally, San Diego State over Arizona State. My Spartans had the week off. Thank God they needed it.
There's one more game you're forgetting.
Yeah, probably.
My Central Michigan Chippewas lost to Northern Illinois 24-16. We're 0-3 for the first time since '89. It's going to be a bad year.
I bet you there's 30 people out there upset about it.
I'm one, so there's only 29.
29 more.
Yeah.
U of M won. They beat SMU. Figured that was going to happen. Yeah, that was the week. Pretty boring week. I'm excited for week 4, 5, 6 moving on when we get some good matchups.
We're getting into conference play now and everything. You know, that's when the games heat up, and once we get into October, we get more rivalries and whatnot.
Michigan State goes down and plays a good Indiana team next weekend.
Yep. And then
it's scary.
The following weekend, they already got the L marked on their record. Got the Chips coming to town. Fire up. I'll be there.
I'm so happy for you. I hope you get beat up in the stands.
Central's beaten State multiple times, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm going to beat you multiple times.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. You pay my salary.
Yeah, something like that. I think our intern makes more than you do.
You mean the one sitting on the couch right now?
I like him better.
Yeah, he doesn't say much.
It's a good intern. All right, NFL.
Thanks for coming, Coos.
Right. Week 2, just about in the book. Seattle and Chicago facing off right now. I have Chicago. You had Seattle, correct?
I do believe I did.
And I believe... no, we all had Chicago. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. I changed my mind. I had Seattle.
Not that exciting anymore. Carolina fell on their face. LA's looking good. Minnesota, Green Bay tied. Cleveland almost beat New Orleans. I thought they were pulling it off. I did. But that's why... Whoa, voice crack. That's why so many kickers and punters have lost their jobs today. I think it was like 5 or 6 that got fired.
Yep. That's That's what they're on the team for. They don't have to tackle. They don't have to pass the ball. They don't have to do anything skillful other than kick a ball as straight as they can. And I mean, it's basically it's a relief pitcher.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's not the optimal way to score, but it's still going to put points on the board. Relief pitcher is not the best pitcher you can put in the game, but it's still very necessary. And if a relief pitcher can't get strikeouts and is giving up home runs, they're not going to make it very long. Right. Same thing with the kicker. If you can't kick a freaking field goal, you're out.
You're on the team as a specialty player to do one thing and one thing only. If you can't do it, you're not going to be on the team. It's simple as that.
Yep.
Receivers, they're going to have their good days. They're going to have their bad days. But they're kind of expected to do a little more and a little more intricate. And if there's a pool of kickers out there, then they can go find someone else pretty quick.
Yeah, like Josh Brown.
Yeah.
Bring him back. He's only 39. Vinatieri's, 46?
Something like that. I'm sure Jason Hansen can still kick.
Oh, probably. He doesn't need to, though. He's the highest scoring player in Detroit Lions history as a kicker. That sucks.
We'll get to those guys in a little bit.
Vontae Davis of the Buffalo Bills walked out at halftime. What I can figure went through his head. He's like, oh, my God, my team sucks. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
I've made enough Pro Bowls. I've made enough money. Deuces, guys.
Yeah.
He put on his street clothes, and he said he was done. And off he went.
Okay, I understand if you could kind of realize, maybe, hey, this is bad. I need to be done. Just finish the game, though. That's my take. Just finish the game, then say, hey, I'm out. I'm done. Don't leave those guys that are on the field with you another half yet to play. I get it. It happens. You realize, hey, I want to be done. I'm done. But I just don't like him retiring mid-game.
You ever heard of John Kruk?
Nope.
I hate John Kruk.
Who is John Kruk?
John Kruk was a MLB player, baseball player. Played for the Philadelphia Phillies. He was hired by ESPN for a while after he was done playing. Anyway, this guy got a single, to make his career average exactly 300. It was in the middle of the game, towards the end of the season, but the season wasn't over yet, and he quit.
July 30th.
Just retired. Middle of the season. Middle of the game. Just retired.
He singled in the first inning and then retired due to chronic knee soreness.
No, that was...
Retired with an exact 300 batting average and 100 home runs.
I hate John Kruk. Hate him because of that. That's the only reason. That and he's just entitled. So John Kruk, if you're listening, come explain yourself.
We'll bring you on. You don't even have to come. We can Skype you in.
Yeah, we sure can. We have the power.
We've got the power.
I was thinking more He-Man, but yeah. So yeah, John Kruk, you and Vontae Davis just are in a level of your own.
So, question.
At least finish the game.
Right. That's all I'm asking. I get, hey, I need to be done. My body can't handle this anymore. I don't feel safe out here. I get it. Just finish the game. You don't have to finish the season. Just finish the game. Walk off, put your street clothes on, and say, hey, coach, I'm done, man. It gives them time to go find someone because now there's 52 dress. 52 dress. So there's 51 guys. I know one guy's not make or break a team, but if enough people get injured, it could be.
Yeah. Finish the game, John Kruk.
So, are the Bengals actually good?
You
wrote them off.
I did. I absolutely did. I'm speechless.
So I just realized this. I just pulled up their record so far. Obviously, they're 2-0. They beat the Colts 34-23. They beat the Ravens 34-23.
What do you think the score next week's going to be?
They're going to lose 27-10. They're going to Carolina. They're going to Atlanta, and they have Dolphins at home. Apparently, Dolphins are good now too.
Out of nowhere.
That's the thing. Like, I get the NFL is really good at always making sure you challenge teams. Like, if you go to first place in your division, you have to face first place in other divisions in your conference the next season. So, yeah, it kind of evens stuff out. But sometimes, like, it's just When was this team good?
So
Honestly, last year's Minnesota's defense team, everyone's like, all right, they got a decent defense. And then by the end of the season, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, no, they're the number 1 or 2 defense in the league.
So
I don't know.
With the NFL, what I'm starting to notice is they're really good at basically checking each other. They have 32 teams that have salary caps that allow only for certain players to be on the teams in order to make sure there's good players on each team.
Right.
Even the Browns have good players. They just can't pull it together. So there's always a chance, and all it takes, you're going to have those 8 elite teams at the top just because they had more balls bounced their way throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
That's really all it is. I mean, as good as Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are, they still need the ball bounced their way when they're not on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, the NFL is still a league where virtually everybody could win. It's a difference of 6 inches.
Yeah, it is definitely a game of inches, and it literally just comes literally how the ball bounces. A fumble, that's all it takes.
Yep.
So.
Yep, but the Lions still suck.
We'll get there.
I'm just teasing the upcoming complaints I'm going to have.
Patrick Mahomes.
Have you heard the guy talk?
Yeah, I heard that today.
Have you heard Patrick Mahomes? Oh, his voice cracks me up. I thought Andrew Luck had a funny voice.
Andrew Luck's got nothing on him.
I, yesterday, found out Patrick Mahomes was an African-American. It changed my world. I didn't realize that.
Yep, and he's from Texas. Couldn't tell that from his voice.
No, not at all.
So, 2 games. He's got, 10 touchdowns? Yep, 0 picks. I don't even know what his rating is.
He's set the record for most touchdown passes in 2 games by a rookie quarterback.
He has a 143.3 rating.
The dude's on fire.
The best is 154.8.
Who's got that?
I don't know. That's like the highest you can get.
Oh! I was like, who's got that right now?
No.
And why is that the highest? 154.8.
Because it's football, man.
How the hell do you figure that out? No, he's really a 155 quarterback, but with the way we're figuring this out, he's only 154.8.
I think that's the right number.
Neither way, it probably is.
It's a weird number.
Pat Mahomes, though, he's setting the world on fire.
158.3.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
Right.
I hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, I mean, good for Andy Reid for saying, hey, we're done with Alex Smith.
Yep.
We're moving on. He sat for a year. Let's give him the keys. And so far, he's made Andy Reid look like a genius.
Absolutely.
Looking at a Waffle House menu.
Andy Reid tried to eat me one time.
So, I was watching the Steelers-Chiefs, speaking of Pat Mahomes. Chiefs came out 21-0 in the first. Somehow the Steelers tied it at the half, and then Kansas City just ran away with it. Steelers started to make a comeback. I literally thought I was watching a game on Xbox. 42-37. This was insane.
I couldn't believe in the game. I mean, but with every game that Ben Roethlisberger's in, not every game, almost every game he plays in, it's a shootout. Every time he plays New Orleans, him and Drew Brees go, and they had, 14 combined touchdowns in one game?
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts. They just chuck the ball and screw defense, and that's basically what's happening, which is weird because Kansas City's got a pretty good defense.
Right. Ben threw for 452, 3 touchdowns, 60 passes, 39 for 60.
That's
too
many.
Yeah.
You throw your arm out, kid.
Right. First Browns and Steelers. And the Vikings and Packers.
2 ties in 2 weeks.
Ties suck.
I want a tie next week.
Me too. Every week.
Every week.
They need to fix that.
What I'm most upset about is the Packers and Minnesota game was blacked out in our area.
Yes, it was not on Fox.
I had the Fox pregame on and said right after that, Sunday NFL football. I was like, nice, we get to watch Packers Minnesota. It's gonna be a great game. And all of a sudden, the My Pillow commercial or some crap comes on. What is this? This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, it was AAA. I care a lot about AAA. Definitely didn't want to watch football. Thanks a lot, Fox. So I have no idea why I was blacked out in our area.
No, usually those conference games are always on if the Lions aren't. So that's why I was the same way. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch a good game. And I'm a Steelers fan, so I was like, I'll flip back and forth. I ended up falling asleep during the Steelers and Chiefs game because it was just like, point, 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 point.
Point, 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 point.
But with this being said, I'm going to be pro-Lions and say with Minnesota and Green Bay, both with ties, now's their chance.
Honestly, the only chance we have.
Aaron Rodgers is hobbled. Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins.
He had a good game.
Quarterback. What?
He had a good game.
Yeah. Second-year quarterback in Chicago. Why are we not good?
Well, if you missed the game on Sunday, Matt Stafford overthrew 7 wide-open receivers streaking down the field that would have scored touchdowns. There was a handful of calls that could have gone either way. The Lions just looked bad. Their defensive line was not penetrating. Their offensive line wasn't holding their blocks. We couldn't rush the ball again. We have this defensive-minded head coach that everybody's out to get him right now. Well, he's a first-year coach. I mean, come on. He's first-year coach coming into a team that's notorious for not being successful.
Right.
And he needs to get his defense straightened out. He needs to get on Cooter's butt to say, hey, we got to change some stuff because we're giving up these games because we can't score. We can't do anything on the offensive side of the ball, and we get wide open players, and our quarterback's missing them. You guys, they have a connection. There's a reason that Cooter's still there. Figure it out.
Yeah. Hurry up offense. That's my number one thing.
Oh, man, we do great with a hurry up.
2 minutes, under 4 minutes, when we're down and all we're doing is slinging and running very sporadically, all of a sudden, hey, look, 14 points. Like, where'd that come from? Why can't we do that from the start? It keeps defenses on their toes, and they can't set and whatnot.
Yep, and Stafford's a great pressure quarterback.
Yeah, and the defense. You're supposed to be a defensive specialist, Patricia. What the hell are you doing?
Not coaching the defense well.
No. Someone on that damn team needs to step up. Be like, hey, we suck, and we're going to make it better. And it needs to be Stafford, and it needs to be Patricia, and it needs to be Jim Bob Cooter, and everyone else. But those guys need to lead it. They need to own it. We still got some work to do. You're 0-2. You have 14 games left to turn it around. You're not going to turn it around. You'll be lucky to win 4 games at this rate.
Yep. There's a good chance they're going to go 0-5, 0-6 start the season. And that's assuming we're going to have a close game against Dallas, and that's it.
I went through the schedule after last week because I was upset. So I figured Niners will lose. Patriots Sunday night, loss. At Cowboys,
the only saving grace in that Patriots game is the fact we're still going to sell out the stadium because people are going to want to come watch Tom Brady play.
Yeah, but we had the Steelers game last year in Detroit too, and Juju went off.
No, we're not going to win the game.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that the Lions are still going to make money on tickets.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought they had a chance to win.
No, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely
gotcha.
not.
You're good. No, so then, at Cowboys, loss. Versus Packers, loss. At Dolphins, loss. Versus Seahawks, loss.
The Seahawks.
Vikings, loss. Bears, loss. Panthers, loss. Bears, loss. Rams, loss. Cardinals, loss. At Bills, maybe we'll win that one. Versus Vikings, loss. At Packers, loss. 1-15, number 1 pick.
Oh. No, it would be number 2 pick because the Browns will have just a tie.
No, they're going to beat the Jets on Monday night. Or Thursday. Thursday? I think it's Thursday.
It'll be a good game.
It is. All right.
Oh, speaking of the Jets, they got trounced by Miami.
Yeah. I thought we were going to have a chance to beat Miami. Seeing Miami do that to the Jets and what the Jets did to us, we shouldn't even show up.
No, not at all. It's on the JV team.
They drive me nuts. All right. Let's get Mason on the line and make some picks.
Okay, so we got Mason Edlin on the line. He is our guest picker this week. Mace, why don't you do us a favor and just introduce yourself quick.
All right. Well, I'm from the state south of you guys there, Indiana. I'm a math teacher at a middle school down here. I coach some soccer, coach some basketball. Played sports my whole life. Big sports fan. Just hanging out tonight. Glad to be on the show to make some picks.
We're happy to have you. All right, let's jump right into it. Oh, hold on. My microphone's acting up.
God. All right. New York Jets at Cleveland Browns Thursday night. Who you got, Mace?
I'm going with Cleveland. I think they're due for a win at home. They look good. Finally got themselves a new kicker who can maybe put one between the uprights. And the Jets look bad against Miami last week. So I think Cleveland comes through with the win this week.
I'm going to agree with you. Originally, I was going to go Jets until the same reason you're not. They played Miami and they looked terrible. They played us and they made us look terrible. I was like, oh, they're a good team. And no, they're not.
We're just that bad.
Yeah, Lions suck.
I'm as well taking the Browns. I think they're due. It's going to happen soon. It's going to happen at home. Might as well be against the Jets.
Sunday, game of the week. Dallas. Weird. Dallas is game of the week again.
Right.
Dallas and Seattle. At Seattle. Mace, who are you taking?
I don't know, watching the Bears-Seattle game tonight and watching the Dallas game last night, can we go for a tie?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You can.
I'll probably pick Dallas. I think maybe they get it together after a win last week. Seattle looks bad tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dallas is starting to string some things together. Zeke finally had a good game. Seattle's not the Seattle they used to be. The ways of Pete Carroll have faded away. So, go Dallas, I guess.
So, if I pick Dallas, they're going to lose. If I pick Seattle, Dallas is going to win. So, I'll just go with Seattle. You're welcome.
Great logic. Great logic. Sunday night game. Our Cardiac Cats, the Detroit Lions, are home against the New England Patriots. I think I know your answer, Mace, but fill us in, will you?
I'm no Lions fan, so
Oh, I know it.
I got to roll with the Patriots. Just getting better at wide receiver. Bill Belichick's just Bill Belichicking, picking up
Bill
Gordon from the Browns.
Belichicking.
I don't like it.
I saw a stat today that they've made 28 transactions at the wide receiver position since March.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's a great stat.
Better than yours.
Way better than mine. Yeah, New England is hands down going to win this game. And Tom Brady's pissed right now.
Oh, yeah.
He is not happy with that last game.
I would not want to be the Lions this week.
No, not at all. They're going to come into Detroit and just steamroll them.
Yeah, they're going to be embarrassed at home, national television. Like I was just saying before we got you on the line, mate, they're going 1-15.
Hey, at least it's not 0-16.
At least it's not.
You know what? If you're going 1-15, you might as well go 0-16.
That way you don't have to share it with Cleveland anymore.
Yeah, maybe we can get some free beer fridges in our state or something.
No, it's legal in Michigan.
That's right.
Can't do it.
All right.
Monday night game should be a real barn burner between Fitzmagic, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home against old man Ben Roethlisberger. Who are you taking?
I got to have the Bucs. I think Fitzmagic is for real. He looked good last year in New York, and he's got some good receivers down there in Tampa. They don't have much of a running game, but I think there's trouble in Pittsburgh. I think they're going downhill this year.
Once again, I agree with you. It's strange. But I have never been a believer in Fitzpatrick. He usually has one game like that a season. He's had 2 straight great weeks against decent teams. Pittsburgh has looked like garbage in the first 2 weeks. I think that they're going to win at home against Pittsburgh.
I like Pittsburgh. I think the Magic's going to run out.
Antonio Brown plays for the Steelers.
Yeah.
He's asking for a trade, so.
Right. I don't blame him. The Magic's going to run out. Pitt's going to at some point put it together. I don't think they're going to have as good of a season as I thought, but I think Tampa Bay is going to come down to reality here pretty quick.
Very possible. Very likely. All right, Mace. Finally, our Battle of L.A., the Chargers at the Rams. Who are you taking?
Definitely got to have the Rams. They look great this year. They're playing at home. Got Gurley, Goff looks good. With that wide receiver group they put together, not really any big names, but that's a great group of wide receivers. I don't think the Chargers stand a chance.
Yeah, I agree again.
yeah, I can't really say anything. I honestly think that might be the best game of the week with the Chargers and the Rams, just because I think the Chargers are good, but I think we're going to learn very quickly why the Rams are so much better.
Yep, I mean the Chargers are a lot better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. They proved that this last week. Mm-hmm. But the Rams are. I think the Rams are going to have a much better season than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of other people too.
Cool.
Well, we appreciate it, Mace. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
I'm glad we got things figured out here.
Yeah, that was fun there for a while. Tell the family I said hi.
I will. That 4:45 alarm's going to go off early. I'm going to head to bed.
All right, buddy. Thanks for staying up for us.
Yep, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Well,
Mason and I are either going out on top or we're burning together.
Right?
We picked all the same teams.
That was lame.
I know. I looked at them today. I'm like, they're easy picks, I think.
As long as you know.
Not much controversy this week.
We need more controversy, my friend.
Let's start bare knuckle boxing in your basement. That would cause some controversy.
Why?
Well, we have an intern to officiate the matches, so.
Game on. Next overtime. There you go. If you would like to come watch this bare knuckle boxing match, you can reach us at madmuse@gmail.com. Call or text us 989-372-1391, 989-372-1391. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Matt and Muse, and always mattandmuse.com. Thank you for listening. We'll be back on Monday.
See ya.
That was the Matt Muse Show. Thank you for listening.
Lions suck.